So Govee is currently running a absolute monster sale over on their website. So I went ahead and picked up two lights that I've kept my eyes on for some time now. I went ahead and picked up their 3D wall lights as well as their Hexa panels because I really want to figure out a nice way to continuously keep evolving my studio space. I have a ton of wild stuff going on around me in here, which I absolutely love. And any opportunity I can find to pick up something at a really good price to add to my studio space, this is an opportunity that I can't let go by. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and break all of this down. Let's start with the Govee 3D Glide wall lights. Now these wall lights come with 9 bars and 6 corners. The bars come with adhesive already attached to the bottom of them, and the corners come with your right and left angled curve, as well as 2 hard L brackets for moving on hard angled walls or ceilings. Now they also include alcohol pads for cleaning the wall before you adhere the lights, some extra adhesive, mini levelers, as well as your AC adapter and control switch. They also come with these clear stickers, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later here in the video. Now, before you go ahead and install these wall lights onto your actual wall, I will take the time here to basically put them on an open table space or an open floor space and start to map out your desired design. Once you have that all figured out, then you can start to install them onto your wall. Now, one thing to note is definitely take use of that leveler because you don't want to have any bars that are out of line or out of whack because it will just be an absolute eyesore in the future. Second thing here is I'm a big fan of hiding cables. So I went ahead and I went and picked up some cable management here. I got a couple cable channels that I just kind of chopped up to hide my cables. I will do my best to link that down below in the description as well. If you can't find the one that I have, I mean, they're pretty generic. You can go to your local hardware store and pick up some cable channeling. Now I wanted to take these wall lights and use them to wrap around my logo and really help it stand out. So I planned it to also match up evenly with where my shelf starts above my PC and shoot out a piece of the light onto the ceiling, really giving it that 3D effect. It was one of the easiest things to install. Each bar just snaps into place like giant Legos, and the adhesive is insanely strong, so these things should not be going anywhere anytime soon. Now these 3D wall glides are the updated version that I already have tracking the outline of my desktop, and these match perfectly with my setup. Now those clear stickers that I talked about earlier, well, they're meant to be used to help keep these bars together by applying them over each connection joint. But I didn't end up using them. I was worried about them possibly collecting dust over the long term and making the sections just look different from the rest of the lights. Now I really think that they're there just to help you secure these lights without them falling down on you during install. But we'll see what happens here in the future. Be sure to check the comments to see if I ever, do end up applying these adhesive to my lights. But as of right now, everything is working perfectly. Everything is together nice and neatly, and I have no issues. Now moving on to the opposite side of my setup, I decided to install the Govee Hexa lights here. I opted for the 10-pack, and included with these you get the Hexa lights themselves, your standard power cable and control panel, and this time they give you some flexible ribbon power cables to connect these panels together. They also include your standard extra adhesive, an extension cable if you want to add more lights here in the future, a leveler, and this unique bracket that helps you line up each panel during install, which will assist you in making these panels just line up perfectly. Now what I really liked about these lights is once you connect the first panel to a power source and connect it to the Govee application, you can set up the entire layout in real time on the app itself. So if you want to create your own design, you could do so in the app, and they also have some preset designs that you can grab off the application and it will lay out the direction to install each panel. Personally, I opted for my own design. Now I started the install on the right end of my right shelf above my PC, and I sort of just did a matching up and down design here, which reaches out to the middle of my shelf, which will help give my art vinyls that extra flair that I'm looking for. Now when it comes to installing these Hexa wall panels, it definitely was not as easy as the wall lights, and make sure you follow the directions closely as these power ribbons need to be attached to each panel in a certain way. But the adhesive is still very strong, and once these were all set up, it really gave my studio a super amazing look that just flows beautifully with the rest of my Govee lights, and it really gets my setup to somehow pop even more than it already does. This just goes to show you how important lighting can really be in accentuating your personal ambience and making a lasting impression. It gives your space just a unique vibe that stands out amongst the rest. Now the app for all of Govee's products works great. It's a free application that you can just download on your phone, and you can use this app to keep all of your lights updated to the latest firmware, as well as connect this to home groups and do simple things like set up timers, voice control, or different lighting effects. Now, the app has a ton of pre-installed lighting modes depending on the mood that you're looking for, and you can also make your own. Now I won't bore you with all the app's controls because it's pretty straightforward, but if you do have any questions on anything, no worries, just go ahead and hit me up down below in the comments section or hit me up over on Twitter, and I will do my best to answer all of your questions. Now I absolutely love the way these lights turned out. As soon as you walk into my studio, they just bring so much more life to the entire place. Now I cannot wait to see what else Govee has in store for the future here. Now let's talk about the price. These 3D wall lights normally go for $109.99, and the 10-pack of the Hexa lights go for $129.99. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, these are all going to be on a crazy sale for Valentine's Day, which runs from the 1st to the 14th of February. But no worries, if you come across this video after that sale, always be sure to check the links down below in the description, because Govee is constantly running fire sales on all of their lighting products. So that's my take on the Govee 3D wall lights and Hexa panels. What do you guys out there think of these lights in my studio space, and how many of you guys out there are planning on picking up your very own lights, and which ones would you go for? If you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor, smash that like button, maybe share it with a friend. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, consider hitting that subscribe button, as I want to grow this community bigger and better, and I can only do that with the help of you guys. Well, that's it for me. Most importantly, you guys stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.